A3A, Ministry of Sports, Puma National Senior and Junior Championship, Thursday, July 6 to Sunday, July 9 at the National Stadium from 9:45 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. Up for grabs will be places to several events this summer, headlined by the biggest of them all, the 19th World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary for the seniors, plus the NACA and Pan American Championships for the juniors. Season tickets, $7,500. Finish line, $1,000 to $2,500 per day. Regular grandstand, $1,000 to $2,000. Tickets on sale online June 19 at MysticOnlineTix.com and National Stadium and the Pegasus, July 3 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It will be 4 days of super competition, so be there.
Welcome, everyone. How are we doing today? Welcome again to one of our heated discussion here live on Track and Feelings, where we speak about the game that we love, track with our feelings. Welcome, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe as you come along. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are joining us from. Please also share your name when it is that you are commenting, because at times your comment may come up, but I'm not sure who it is. Thank you so much. That person says, hey, Sissy. Hey, my dearest. Love you all too. Welcome. Today, we indeed have great conversation to be talking about. We will be talking about great things today, as we were already told. Like, let us get the ball rolling. Great things is happening in track and field. Great things will be happening in track and field. We are indeed at the beginning, the start of the week, where we'll be having 2 great championships happening. Jamaica will be having their championships dated to start on Thursday, July 4th, and ending on Sunday, July 7th. And a lot of us are looking out for that. The United States is having theirs actually starting on Friday, because it is a 3-day competition starting on Friday, July 5th, and slated to end on Sunday. So let us now enjoy the conversation, and let us all come on in and have sweet discussion, as you know how we normally do this. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you. It is indeed our pleasure here at Track and Feelings to be here joining with you. And also come on in. I indeed have my admins here also, Mr. Jermaine, the Rasta dude, you know, the Schweppes, and actually Carmen, the lovely Zavian Duncan is also here with me. Hey, Lizzie, good night, Lizzie. You're early to class today. Again, I say my love Lizzie ever early. Please remember to share so that other persons can come on. We have a great discussion to come along with. You will not find the discussion that we're going to be having at any other track and field group happening now, because we are not just here to talk about tracks, but we are also here to talk about the field events. And tonight, we definitely will be having an exciting conversation with one of the pioneers for a field event that is happening in Jamaica. And we are in great competition and great anticipation to bring that on. And also, I will be chiming in a little about something that happened today as it relates to the CAC Games. We actually won our first ever medal in the field event, in this event that happened today. We got a silver medal from the javelin, right? That female there that you are seeing actually gave us our first ever medal. That is Erica Belvitt. She threw in the hammer throw, she threw 70.04 today to win our first ever medal in the event. And therefore, I know we need to basically be giving her some claps. So, send on some loves up there for her. She is doing something, and we are creating history, and we are having pioneers starting up the things. So therefore, we are not just putting ourselves out there only on the track side, but we are showing that we are very versatile also, because we are coming up in the games. Good night, Dave. Good night, Nick. Definitely, yes, we definitely will be having Mr. Morgan on the show. So I just wanted us to basically just be briefed on that the CAC Games is actually on, and we have um, capped our first medal in the event and our first medal in the CSC Games that I started. So that is great commendation, and we thank her for doing what she does and what she loves. So definitely great things is happening. I will maybe by the end of the show state if it is that time that she throws. I think it is supposed to qualify her for the World Championships. So, I mean, but I will have confirmation for that. I've actually asked for confirmation just to be sure. Because, we like when the truth we talk over here and it stick. So I will seek confirmation on that. So hopefully I get that by the end of the show. But congratulations to Miss Erica. Definitely. We thank you for doing what you do and what you love. We over here celebrate with you. Definitely. Claps going up, everybody. Definitely. I feel like, a celebratory moment. But I will remove myself and have my other admin introduce our great guest tonight. So you go ahead, Jermaine.
All right. So I think you guys know who we're talking about. And I'm glad that's how you went to the throws, because this individual coming up was the first ever Jamaican to medal at any regional and international event. He pioneered one of our most biggest growing events right about now. Should I mention that he went to Calabar High School as well? And let's just say, without this person,
you have to give them names because a Calabar has set a trend with that.
Yes, he went to Calabar High School and pioneered the Calabar throwers. Because we know almost all the guys now representing Jamaica went to Calabar. So our first Olympian in the event, first World Championship individual in the event. We're not going to take too long because I did the whole monologue already. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Jason Dads Morgan to the stage. Dads,
having me.
Calabar people that can stand up.
The Calabar people,
I mean, in the rep on the green and in the black, no Calabar people don't rep on a thing. I want to still setting trends. I must say that.
Respect. It's always an honor whenever I get the recognition, because home don't always celebrate it like abroad, they would say. But every time I get the opportunity to do an interview and, reminded of the stuff that I've done to help put Jamaica upon the map, it definitely feels great.
Listen to me, Sir Morgan. Almost 2 months ago, my message, I can't say it though, because we talk here. And, when you responded, I was like, yes, because for me personally, I've always taken a liking to the field events, starting from James Beckford in the drums. But I never really saw much throwers except for the guys overseas. So, with the Enos Cantors of all of these guys, and then here comes this big brother in a black, green, and gold shirt, throwing. And for me, I was like, yo, what of it? And then when I saw you do it, and then I saw the plethora of throwers, especially from your alma mater, because I'm going to ask you about the Calabar system. Come after you. After you pioneered, we saw Travis Michael become the first Jamaican to medal at a junior event. And then Frederick Dakers won the World Youth the following year, being the first Jamaican to win a world event. And then we've seen Frederick become the first medalist at a world championship and narrowly missing a medal at the Olympics. For me, it's a great honor. So, before we can talk about the young youths, we have to talk to the foundation, the man who started the trend. So we have to welcome you. And me just want you to talk to the audience and tell me a little bit about that. But before you were that, Jason, when you come out to your man and just say, this is Jason, where did this love for the throws come around?
Well, as everyone would know, and if you don't know, I'm originally from Waterford, Portmore. They call it the Gaza.
Gaza City.
Summertime.
Yeah. So we have to hail my good friend, as he would give homage to name in one of his songs, Hustler's Anthem. But respect for that. But it's a good look. Growing up in my community, we didn't have much to choose from. So it's either music or certain life. of crime or you go to sport. But I raised up in a Christian home, and my mother and father and my brother them always make sure the foundation is set positively for me. So even going to Waterford Primary School, and I've always have a love for track and field. And it actually gave me a scholarship to go to Calabar High School. I actually went to Calabar as a sprinter.
What?
I jump. Me even though I jump up
What?
boys and
What up? No,
You
hold
have to
on
come- you
there.
have to come back over
You
that,
say
you know.
you got Calabar as
You have to come back over.
I got Calabar High School as a sprinter. I mean, even though I jump at champs, I was actually a gold medalist at champs in a sprinting before become.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, enough people don't know that, but that's the truth. So that's why I was forced to be a thrower, because after my year sprinting on the medley team, I would narrowly miss the sprint medley relay record. The following year, actually that same year, I got a summer job and gained about 25 pounds and couldn't get it off. So the more I work out, it's like me get bigger, me get stronger. And a good friend of mine, Maurice Smith, everybody know Maurice, the Catalan king of Jamaica. Actually, I name Decca Jams right now because he's an artist.
Yes, I know. I realize he's out there now.
Yeah, so he was the one who actually forced me to become a thrower and actually give me hopes and promises that, look, being a thrower is not a bad thing, because he always encouraged me to control. I was like, yo, Maurice, the following year I was a sprinter, a gold medalist, and the next year I should be control. And was like, no, that not gonna happen. But him tell me, say, girls like big throwers. So for me. Some was like, all right, let me come to a track meet with you and see what's happening. And going to that track meet, it just give me a good vibe, a good environment to say, okay, then throwers, them seems to stick together. I notice the throwers, them have a special bond. And I wanted to be a part of that. And, it so happened where I start showing up to practice and everything was natural for me. Like really natural, from throwing the shot, throwing the discus. And just overnight, it become real special. The first year I compete at champs, I actually got a bronze medal in the discus, and I didn't make the finals in the shot put. And the following year, I was double gold medalist for shot put and discus.
So I want to ask you something. I want to bring something to you, because you held literally every record for years.
Yeah, man. I mean, the junior record for the shot put and the discus for the junior, and then for the senior, I mean, hold the same records until Corey and Scott break the shot. And then I realized, okay, then I can't balance both. So I had to choose one, because I was self-coach. A lot of people don't know that. Going to the Olympics and World Champs, Diamond League, the Commonwealth, Continental Cup, all of that throughout my entire career, me coach myself.
Now talk to me about that, because we saw a Kenyan athlete who coached himself to a World Championship goal a few years ago. And I always said this. I think said that could have thrown 70 meters a long time. Right? If he had. How much did that part play in? Because I know at some point you might sit down and say, only if I would have probably been number one, number two in the world. How much did that play on your psyche when it comes to going into these big Olympics and World Championships, knowing that you were doing this by yourself?
It plays a big role mentally. And I've thrown the number one distance in the world more than 5 different times. But my thing was the consistency. For one, having a family and working a full-time job and coaching yourself and balancing all of that with no personal trainer, with no massage therapist, with none of that, with no coach, with nobody. I mean, set my own program. So that's why the level of consistency wasn't there, because there was time where I may get off from work at a certain time, or a certain week was harder than some. And I couldn't afford to fly to certain meets. So I have to be driving 4 or 5 hours to go to a track meet. and then get into that meet. I don't even get 20, 30 minutes time to recover my body. It's jump out of a car and just trying to go compete. So the level of competition and mindset and relaxation was challenging. So I wanted things to set a certain way for me where and even just the financial support. The financial support, even when I was ranked top 10, top 5 in the world, it was a consistent thing asking the J3A for assistance. No, I'm not going to tell you they have never assisted me. I wouldn't say that. But the consistent support and that financial support of me doing well. And I was the first person who actually qualified, the first discussor in Jamaica history to qualify for a world championship. That was 2007 when I graduated. I decided to become a professional. Now, a lot of people said, lads, nobody never forced you to go through and nobody never forced you to go through that hardship. But I wanted to do something and break a chain and do something that never done before. My own Jamaica Athletic Association look on me and tell me, so look, this is a running country. And me on them and tell them it's going to be a throwing country one day.
I don't cut you, but I am happy that you went there so early for me. Reason being, I normally listened to you having to go through the issues with J3A when the qualifying with where you normally throw your qualifying standard. I remember I listened to a conversation you had where you were saying that every time it is that we come to World Championship or Olympic time, J3 normally have an issue with where you throw your qualifying standard. And you always say that you can't understand why, because the conversation was never being had. Because you for one, I know it started where you personally would have said that it's as if, I don't want to misquote you, but it's as if you were saying you weren't comfortable throwing in our circle. And for me now, I mean, you are not in the circle now, but to hear your fellow throwers still having the same concern of throwing in that circle, it's mind boggling, you know, it's mind boggling. But
hold on, wait
what I want to ask as it relates to
Clarke, Latoya, ever bless Clarke, make a call out the full name. Thank you for that observation. Thank you very much.
We cuss over it all the time.
It has been a constant
over it all the time.
on
To be honest, I don't see why it's so hard for you to dig up the circle and just spend the time to do it. We have an off season. I know it's not an entire football field.
But listen, Zavian, listen. For years, I've been telling them the environment and the throwing. Listen, there has to be an environment that's welcoming for an athlete. The Europeans, them throw super far in Europe. Them not go nowhere else go throw far because that environment is designed to throw far. It's simple. When Jamaica start to have that shift, Jamaica have the environment for you to run fast. Jamaica have the environment for you to jump far. So it has to be a shift. I've been saying it to them for years. The circle, the environment, it's just not the same as well, every time I will make a big throw anywhere, they expect me to throw the same distance whenever I come home. Every time.
And that's true. I want to say this to you. I think the year was 2011 or 2012. You threw a massive throw earlier in the year. And you came to the national trials and you could not make the qualifying standard.
Actually, it was in 2011. Every time, whenever I come home for a trials, people have to realize what's happening with Jason leading up to the trials. With me, again, I'm the one who set my workout. Me never know nothing about no peak. It's all about go through and go through far. And when the big distance comes, you take it and appreciate it and make sure you get the qualification out the way.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't no set nothing of saying, okay, then when January, February come, you make sure you throw this and gauge your body. I don't know nothing about to gauge my body because who is helping me with that program? Me set the program, you get strong, you get fast, you improve your technique, and when the big distance come, you take it anytime it come because you don't guarantee exactly when that time will be.
And I will say this to you because this one is personal for me. Because like I've mentioned, I've been a fan of yours. This one is personal for me. I think the time was between 2009-10 there to about 12. We're coming up to the national trials. Every year, you were top 5 in the world. How did it feel for you? Because this one emotional for me. When you came here to hear after the national trials, Jason met the standard, even though you were ranked top 5 in the world.
Well, the thing is, I always throw the standard, but never throw the distance again at the trial.
Yes.
I would win because I'm 7-time national champion.
Yes.
So I've never thrown the exact distance that I will throw 3-4 weeks a month ago. All right. So I'm going to break it down to you. 2012, I break the Jamaica record 5 different times over my career as I've been competing for Jamaica. In 2007, me was the first to qualify for the World Champs. I threw a 62.95. And the qualifying standard was 62 at the time. So of course the standards keep jumping up. And even that year, it qualified me for 2008 Beijing. So I was qualified to go to that games. Now, nobody taking consideration that this man of work, there is nothing set every month or something in place to see how is he doing financially with vitamin, with supplements to make sure he gets to certain meat. The meat in California that everybody normally go to. Me never been to that meat my whole career, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You see the big meet in California where everybody always got through a far in at the big win. Me never got a meet there yet.
So you're saying that even though J3 knew that you are doing everything on your own, they didn't come.
Now, what make me feel away? 1 year when me see them send, I'm not gonna call the name. If you follow Jamaica Track and Field and Show, and you should know one of the person who me talk about. The kid was actually leaving high school, or just and them send him to that meet in California. Them pay the weekend. And a years me I beg for God to meet.
I just think it's the politics within.
I mean,
2011, I was the first person again to qualify for World Champs. Listen, them even put running clothes in my back because them never know Jamaica have no tour.
No, sir. I need to come to you with this question because for years I've heard you speak. I mean, we all remember the incident when you actually broke down in tears. Yeah. And that was emotional for almost everybody who saw it. It was a very emotional.
2015.
2015. It was and this was the Beijing World Championships. It was a very emotional moment for all of us because we saw, I think we remember at the trials when you hugged Frederick. Was it Frederick or Travis? For me, that was an emotional moment because it was a passing of the guard, but it was kind of saying, I thought in my ear, you whisper to him, say, yo, don't make them do you like what them do me. Because for me, you pioneered this. And I'm going to talk about this Calabar thing because all 5 of the guys who've ever thrown over 60 are Calabar old boys. Kai Chang being the youngest addition to it. Yeah. What was it from that Calabar group that made you, Jason Morgan, be so good that you could pioneer a next generation of Calabar guys? Because we want to go there, so before we get to the real part of Jason Dads Morgan.
I always believe my journey was designed to do something for another that I never done before. And that looks like it doesn't matter what I come up against. Even if all odds forcing me to stop, I should keep going because there's somebody looking at me. At one point, I said me are the Martin Luther King of Jamaica track and field. Are the truth?
I don't know.
Why them assassinate you, you know?
And the revolution movement and the breaking the chains and it. I always whisper whenever you see me embrace a Travis Michael or a Banja, Frederick Dacus or a Chad Wright, I would just tell them it no matter who support you, you keep going and you keep pushing. Because I do all what me do, so only can have it a little bit better.
For me, that was an emotional moment.
I never get it, but at least Uno will be able to get it. And that's just how I see it. I was, every year before my season start, kneel down in the circle where I train all year. And I would say, God, I tell you verbatim what I would pray. I would say, God, I know this year I'm going to be rough. But throughout the challenges we have, let one good thing come from it where another young Jamaican or somebody from the Caribbean can say, Jason Morgan have done this.
Well, we are giving you credit here. So in front of how many people that watch us, I personally wanted to bring you here to give you your credit. Because I think Jamaica has a lot of unsung heroes in track and field. And every day we talk about, I can't call name, because we call name and say, because we're brave, because we're not talk about it. We talk about the Shelleys and the Vernicas and the Usains and even James Beckford for what they've done because they've medaled. But sometimes there are a lot of unsung heroes like yourself. You talk about the Olivia McCoys of the world who took the mantle and said, we're going to do this when nobody else did it. I have to give you guys, me personally, I have to give you credit for that because I saw you when you just came onto the thing. When you made the national team, I think I was 18 years old. And to see from that point, to see you move from making the national team to pioneering an entire generation who, when you talk to them, when you talk to a Frederick, when you talk to a Travis, a Chad, they are going to mention dads. They're going to talk about Jason Morgan. So for you to do that, you may not have received the glory, but I know you'd have felt proud when you saw Travis. When you saw Travis winning getting that world bronze, or you saw Frederick getting that senior silver and being ranked number 1 in the world for so long. My thing is, I'm going to ask you this to tell the people. If there is one thing that you could say to them, because we actually have junior athletes that watch us now. If there's one thing you could say to them, the young throwers coming up, what is it that you have to say to them?
I would tell the young throwers, don't do it to be recognized. Don't do it for somebody to say thank you for doing it, but make sure you do it so somebody else can have some type of hope or some type of encouragement. You see, when I throw the discus, I don't throw it to be famous or recognized somewhere, somehow. My thing is, I just want to give little hope to someone in Jamaica where they can say, look, and everybody can run fast. There is a strong young girl and a young boy out there who everybody always look down upon and say, yo, you're too big, man, and you're bigger than the rest, but that's all right. Embrace your body. God give you something special. Use that and make the best of your ability. Me are the first person in my family, in my entire generation to graduate from college. And I'm the first person in my entire generation to be able to have 2 degrees and say, yes, I did that. When me are 18 years old and live at Waterford, I never knew it was possible for go to college until I was 19 years old. So that's hope for me right there. Now you have kids in the community that don't even ever see my face. Them mother and them father and them uncle and brothers and aunts and everybody I tell them, say, yo, Dad's Morgan used to run up and down on the street here. So only can do something within a life positively also. And that's all I want. My life don't have no value and no purpose if I can't make a good impact.
Listen. All right, so we did the whole emotional thing.
2015.
We're gonna go now to the nitty-gritty now. Talk to me about that year there. That 2015 year. Can I remember everything what happened that year there now? Talk to me about that year there.
All
that
right.
culminated with you being in tears there, so.
2015 was literally a roller coaster year for me. For one, I threw a distance that haven't been thrown in maybe 10 years. I threw 68.19 when I broke the national record. One of the longest distance ever thrown in a long time. And actually 3 weeks before I threw that distance, then I decided I go quit. I said it was my last track meet. I use the last amount of money in my bank account and drive 2.5 hours for go to track meet. And when I show up at the track meet, it was sunny. Remember, Virgin show up. It was sunny, and as soon as I pull up, 2 hours before I show it get dark and overcast. I'm check every time before I compete. I always make sure I check the weather days in advance, weeks in advance. And all of a sudden, it just get dark and overcast, and me I pray, and I said, God, this is my last meet. Whatever happened today, this is it. Me give it my all. A matter of fact, as I start talk right now, me all kind of get emotional too, because it was so real to me. So if I start ball again, on the door ball.
I don't know, track and feelings it name, you know. Track and feelings it name.
Gonna stay strong with me. But show up, and as I said that Saturday morning, I show up, it was sunny, weather was nice, and as soon as I reach and start warm up, it get dark. I start praying, I said, God, whatever happened to them last year, I give my best, no regrets, this is it. I'm a warm up. Easy stand through a warm up, I realize that I throw close to the record, stand throwing. And my brethren said, Dad, you see how far you just throw? And I said, no, I'm not even pay attention because I just go through it. I continue through and continue warm up, and I keep on throwing over the record warm up, which was about 64, 65. And at the time, my record, my personal record was 67 that I threw in 2012. The first throw when I throw just to be safe, it goes 66 meters. I'm going to say, yo, I don't even try nothing. I just make sure to get a safe throw. The next throw, I'm throw 64 meters. I'm going to throw again. Every single throw, I'm throw that meet them, I throw over 65, 66. And on my second to last throw, I'm throw 68, 19. And number one ranking of the world, it was a USA track and field sanctioned meet, because that meet director, he been hosting meet for years. And he was like, yo, we never seen nothing like this within the region. This is a big thing. And of course, him start blow it up. All of a sudden, as soon as me done compete, the clouds roll away and the sun come back up. Me now ask you, me now make this up. I have a witness, Sean Norton, indeed dead. I was like, yo, come like, gotta tell myself to continue, 4 weeks before I'm going to go to that track meet, I tear my right shoulder. I bench press, I'm actually hear the tear when I pull off the 450 pound in my hand. I hear it tear, I'm going to rock it back the weight myself. So weeks leading up, I couldn't do no bench press at all. I did my own rehab. I go YouTube, I go Google. I'm a rehab by myself. I do everything by myself. I do my own thing. I become my own massage therapist. Everything. I do everything myself and get back right. I'm just the last meet. And that's what happened that day. The summer of that meet, I travel the world. I compete Diamond League. I've been throwing, still rehabbing, still doing well. I compete in London and I hurt my back. I asked J3 if he some money to assist me. They did not assist me. I do my own rehab and try to get it better. When I go them look at meet there, I try my best to go see therapists, massage therapists, and everything. Showing up at the World Championship, the back still was giving me issue, it getting tight and spasm and everything. So me I deal with all of that. But as an athlete, you're gonna push through because this is what you're paid to do. And you show up. I'm out there for a month representing Jamaica because, of course, you have to get acclimatized and everything and all of that, training camp. So I messaged my supervisor at the time and tell her I'm going to be away for a while. That same day when I compete, I get a message and say she says she can't hold my position working no longer. I asked J3 if he give me 2 to 3 weeks some money where I can cover for my family who is back home. I never get that. So just imagine all of this emotion. I never did a ball said Jamaica never give me no money. It was everything that collapsed at that moment. That made me be like, damn. And it just so happened while me I tell the story. Somebody who stand up in the room, I see them start crying. Me never start ball yet, you know. I just start crying. I forgot everything. And that's why everything just flow and me I hold it back on. The whole time me I talk and me I say, yo, I'm a man, you know, when me a ball fan, then I just let it go. I say, you know what? It is what it is. I let it out whether I'm there on camera, whether I'm just behind those doors. And that's just because that makes and everything just like, yo, that's it. You would have do this. That's the way everything overflow. I was like, just better. Them can put more into set up a stipend every month that help with certain things. And this is what can happen. That's where the flow and just like.
My question though.
But I'm about the end of that.
See, I've only put ball up on the program because as I told you in the background, is that the only thing I know about you before is me go Casey and you win only points and me say, yo, you tell always I get only points at champs and me can't win champs. Calabar always I win. We are not privileged. The average person is not privileged to see an athlete throw in the stadium unless you're in the sun over woy. You're going to hear so the points them add up. So for me, it's really an eye-opener to hear the story. But did J3 really come around? I want to know if they came around to even appreciate what happened.
But individuals in the J3.
Not organization.
Getting them feelings because he must say I shouldn't call them out on national TV like that.
Them just get called out again.
Yeah, and that's why I sabotage the final the following year, not going to the Olympics.
Oh,
and that's why we never go Olympics 2016, you know, because him said we shouldn't call them out on national TV. We should have won that.
Yeah,
I was number 2 in the world. I was number 2 ranking in the world, you know. Only me and Frederick they have the
qualifying stand. I remember that.
And that's why he never picked me.
Well, I remember that incident because I was in the national stadium that year. That was 2016. I was actually there at the national trials for all days.
What if I tell you I broke my foot months leading up to that 2016, and at the time I was the leading thrower going in.
I remember because going into the national
going into Jamaica trials that year.
Right, I remember that year you were ranked very high.
Foot, I send them a letter, I'm send them an email, I'm send them the MRI and everything, and said this is my situation. I may not throw the best, but I want to make sure I come home and I compete just to make sure I do my part, competing and participating. I show them the medical excuse. My doctor write them and tell them and give all of that. And said, this is what happening. I'm show them the x-ray and all of that with my broke foot.
And you know what is funny for that year was, that year, Usain Bolt never competed at the national trials because he was injured. And I remember a bunch of us, we were sitting. I remember when the results came out and then we were told that you weren't going to the team. A bunch of friends and I were like, hold on. So, Usain Bolt get exemption. I remember after the trials, you were ranked number 4 at the end of the trials, but you were ranked number 4 in the world.
Yeah.
I was like,
at the trials.
right.
And one other person, Frederick Dakers.
You and Frederick made the standard.
For the qualifying time.
And I remember sitting and saying, Dad's not make the side. Because even though Travis made the team, you know, Travis a good youth now, my brethren, so I'm not saying nothing. Travis made the team. I was saying, hold on, up till that point, Travis had not made the A standard, because at the time I think it was still A and B standard.
No, exactly.
He had not made
only at the B, and them still put him on the
right.
team, and me on the team. And going into trials, I was number 1.
And the sad thing is, you could have carried 2 A's and a B's. So this was a conversation for weeks with me and my friends. Because we're like, okay, because I remember also that year, they just call a speed a speed. Then Mark Forbes, who was the only jumper who made the A standard, failed at the national trials and still made the team.
Thank you. And there was also a distance runner also who even did not
run
the standard at the trial, but she run it later on and she made the team.
I remember that year, and it was a conversation because for me personally, like I said, that year was Frederick's coming out year, but I thought it was the best transitional year ever because we knew you were going, right?
No. We didn't knew he was going. We thought
we had the idea that, you know,
until it was
right.
a no-show.
And guess what? They still haven't fixed that problem.
I said that's supposed to be on the team. This was supposed to be like
see, I worked me there, and my phone blew up because I have a crisis. I was working at the children's zones at the time and was in a crisis situation, helping a kid going through something with family. So I was in a session. As soon as I finished the session, my phone blew up. And the reporters, journalists, me talk about from all over the world, you know. BBC, and me I tell you, and the text them and the caller come in and me I say, what happened now?
Only to see that you didn't.
But let me tell you, that president, not the more than him find out what was in my contract, because I was under contract. I was signed with Puma. I was sponsored by Puma at the time. And in my contract, I just need to go try out, show up, do that. So in my contract was me getting certain things if I had just show up to the games, compete at the games. So I don't know if him find out what was in the contract and all of that was written in the contract was literally just gone in flames.
You open my can of worms when you say contracts. And Latoya right up, but we're not going there, Latoya. We're not going there. We're not going there. Let's stop you right there. We're not going contracts.
Fine, but that's you said you don't want to cry, and I'm seeing where a lot of the audiences are crying because what you are speaking of is things that are heart-wrenching. Because I was typing as my normal self to say, so you went through, representing the country without a contract until you came to say that you had that Puma thing.
Yeah.
But because I am cautioned.
The contract.
No, we're not going contracts.
My sponsorship come 2015. And
his sponsorship came late.
Once I show certain things, going to that 2016 Olympics would have set up me and my family really good. No, I didn't get none of that money.
So we can't go out on a limb. I'm not a liar. JH is just bad mind.
Exactly.
No, not that he said, not J3, the organization, but he spoke of one particular person. So we have to separate the organization.
You can't separate.
Zavian.
All right, we're separating the person.
He separated.
Hold
on, okay. Zavian. Because he separated the organization from the person. We have to continue along that line as much as we would want to do.
No, but
organization.
All the point. One person did not run J3 at that time. He cannot make that decision by himself.
Exactly.
So the entire board. Somebody must
said,
have ethical values to step up to it
based on what
and say,
Sheldon
this is wrong. So
Sheldon
J3
said
and
the
all that
problem with
2016 is at fault. They're at fault. Everybody
but Sheldon said
2016 is at
that's
fault.
but Sheldon says that's the problem with politics in sports. So we hold the value of people and the ethical standard of persons, and therefore we know that when politics, dollatrix comes in play, all things go around. Because here we also have HP saying that she can call out a lot of athletes' name who tell the same story, aligning with what Dads is saying, where the federation did not come through for them at the time of injuries. We have one. We naturally over here have spoken about a world champion hurdler.
Exactly.
Yeah, we know that story well enough. That
We-
just need $10.
I mean,
using
it's
a
just the
similar
fact
figure.
of how Dads is expressing it now. I mean, Dads has been in the business for years, and to know that he gets a contract 2015. This is saying like 8 years. You know, I mean, 2015 to 2023 is 8 years span, but when it is that these things comes into light, you have to look at it to see what it is that they really face. Because really and truly, I think Sheldon mentioned it before, that throwers or field events athletes really don't get big sponsors.
We don't. Me can tell you that straight up. We don't. Even if you rank certain ranking of the world, a man, even if you're top 5 in the world as a thrower, a man who rank 20 as a sprinter, he might get more money than you.
But we've seen, and I don't know, I remember I made this comment, I think it was last week, Latoya, or the week before, we were on here, and I said, I believe throwers tend to last longer. Is it because, personally, of that hunger to make it? Because, let us be real, you can retire as a sprinter at 30 and be set, you know, in comparison to all the other events. So is it that thing why you guys will go to 40, or in the case of Gerd Cantor, went to 44?
We are trying make up was like, okay, then something I got change. And the thing is, you may have one meet competing 9 times, that gonna give you something that's okay, then at least this word for the season. So everybody are trying getting another 1 meet there, other 2 meet there. And come to find out that man who's the meet director of that 1 or 2 meet, he was a thrower because he might try change something.
I was about to ask you if that was the case. Because
it actually broke my heart that year, 2016. People don't even know, but me can talk this out loud. Depressed, stress, just become, you know, it was a rough year, rough year. And with all of that, me just say, you know what? Me still a push through. Me still a wave Jamaica flag because I know my value and my worth. And me just keep on telling myself, this is not for you. This is not for you. This is for somebody else. Somebody else, you need to open the door. For somebody else, you need to break this chain for somebody else. Another trigger benefit from you. Keep pushing.
I'm glad you talk about that, because here on this program we talk vehemently about mental health, right? Especially for athletes, because for many of us, we come and we just think the athletes should just get up and run. That is it. And to see you talk about it, because we've mentioned, let us be real, because she said it herself, we mentioned the likes of Elaine and Sherika, who's come out purposely and spoke about this. But as a male thrower, and the reason why I use that term, because you guys are the big
male athlete.
No,
as a male athlete.
why am I saying male? I said male thrower specifically because you guys are considered the big boys of track and field.
Okay, fine.
You are the masculine of all the groups. How difficult is it for? I'm not saying you, because you actually spoke, but your compatriots to come out and say, "Hey, this is a bother we. It is killing us," especially knowing that financially you're not benefiting.
And you
no
can
matter
go
how hard
one
it's
step
tried.
further. You went to an all-boys school where macho speaks volume.
Exactly. Talk to me about that, Dan.
For me, I use the word timeless a lot if you follow me upon social media. So if you follow me upon social media, Jason Dads Morgan and all platforms, I use the word timeless a lot. At age 21, I write a quote and I said, at any given time, at any given moment, it doesn't matter what you are going through, things can change in a blink of a time or a blink of a moment if you see yourself timeless. I believe I'm a timeless thrower. I believe I will be mentioned for a long, long, long time to come. Not for my journey or my story, but for me, what I've done as a self-coach athlete, as someone who grew up in the environment I grew up in, a Waterford, and I still choose to go on a positive path and not seeing much support. Mentally, I have to put myself, no, remember the prayer that I pray. So mentally, I already prayed the prayer that whatever come my way, I'm still going to see myself successful. And I'm a visionary. I see it before I touch it, before I feel it. So mentally, I'm connecting to something beyond where my eyes can see. People who don't have a strong mental approach cannot do that. So in the midst of what I'm going through or what I know I'm about to deal with, I already see the sunshine, even when it's clouded and super dark.
I think what you just said is something that I know because, I've made this statement before and it's done in jest. But I say everybody under 30 mentally weak, But I don't think many persons could have been through what you've gone through. Let us be real. Frederick Dakers and Travis Michael and Chad benefit because of the work that you did. And when I say that, I mean also the not getting of the sponsorships, the not being taken care of by the association. These guys are now.
Pause right there. You see, after I said all I said and me keep on having that voice, I became a voice. And things start put in place for the throwers them after me to start getting some money every month.
There we go. There you go. And we've seen them. We've seen the likes of Frederick and Travis and Chad, who are a lot better financially because of that. Because let us be real, Frederick is one of our biggest sponsored male athletes right now. So to see something like that because of that effort, and I will say this to you, in giving you credit for what you did, I will also give you credit for speaking out. And what I mean by that is we had Gregory Orton here. And one of the things I asked Gregory
was... That's my mentor.
So we had Dr. Horton here.
So we're connected that.
Because I asked him, one of the biggest problems with our association is the lack of athletes. We can call a spade a spade. We'll see what them do to Dan Corey. As the one athlete that stood up and said, let us do this. The lack of athletes who are on the association and the administration. And I am going to ask you this, Morgan. What is your take on that? The athletes running it. Because I'll be a businessman run J3 from Wapikil Field.
All right. It's like me trying now to be a swimming coach because I've read up about swimming. I've had friends who done swimming. I've had kids who swim. But yet when a swimmer go on the line and put their goggles on, put their swim cap on, me can't tell him exactly what to do than jump into the water and go as fast.
Stay afloat, don't drown.
Stay afloat, don't drown.
No, I can tell you, look, if you move your hand and your head and your legs really fast, you're going to get on the other side fast. But I can tell you, when you're under that water, you take big breaths. I can't break it down and connect to you mentally, physically, emotionally, psychology. I can't take you through that water and through that race. But I have an idea because I've had a lot of swimming friends. No, that don't make no sense at all. The best people to run something is who have had the experience personally. That's why that's why, just like y'all do interview, if I'm going to do a podcast or start doing interviews, I'm going to reach out to one owner and they're going to say, look, I want to learn this. Can you teach me about this? And I have to make some mistakes and become an interviewer and take it to the next level. I can't just jump and do it because I have an idea how to run an interview show. I can't do that. So I have to connect with y'all on all levels. Those business peoples and doctors and whosoever big job them hold in Jamaica don't know how to connect with the athletes on all levels. The athletes that's in J3A, whenever them start speak up, them push them to the side because them don't want to hear from them.
What would you love to see happen for throwers in Jamaica? What would be the ideal thing or that one thing that you would love to see happen that you can say we are moving to the next level and we will, because of this one thing.
You want me to be honest. It's two types of honest, honest.
No, want to be honest. This is
yes.
track
We say
and
it over
feelings.
here. We talk over here, so.
This is track and feelings. We talk about
liars. Well, if liars are listening.
For one, they need to bring me into Jamaica every other month and let me do some camps with the high school kids.
But Dad, who can pay for it?
Good question.
You see Jesus from the shirt in the colors?
All right.
So you think that your contribution to
that's one
the national side, to the in a national holistic level would be where you are able to contribute that way.
We need more throwing clinics, more camps, more people who have been to the highest level to come back and connect with the young throwers. Change their perspective and their mindset. Another thing, they need to have more track meets with throwing events at the meet. Also,
but remember, 1 second, sorry, not to cut you. Jermaine says Excelsior alone, that happened. It may only happen at Excelsior because Excelsior, in my viewpoint, is the only place that is thrower conducive.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Excelsior's throwing pit is better than stadium.
For me, I believe that the national trials for throwers need to happen down at Excelsior. That's
what I heard.
Because we've seen Frederick throw 70 meters at Excelsior and struggle to throw 65 at National Stadium. And as the pioneer, as one of the pioneers yourself, and Frederick being the most successful of the bunch, if I would not talk about it, something need to go do. But it has not been done all now. And we're talking, you've been saying this from what, 2008, 2009?
2007.
Yeah, but then
Frederick has been saying this from champs.
Yeah, but then you realize that nobody want to fix it. If you look at the makeup of Excelsior throw pit and the direction where it is compared to where the stadium one is, you're not going to show that none at all.
And then
as they say, you need to put the stadium. We have 1, 2. I'm looking on the entry list. We have at least 10 good throwers, and you can't invest.
Yeah.
Let us be real.
We're talking about female and male now. You can't invest.
We have more than 10 because the men discus alone has 5 qualities.
Okay, yeah, more than 10. And you can't invest. Nobody want to invest.
It is really bad, and I've been seeing that over the years. But I mean, they are looking at medals on the track and in the jumps. So until them guarantee 2, 3 sure medal in a throwing, then things will change. Remember, snowball effect. And a snow don't hit the snowball.
But we have come a far way though. But haven't we come a far way where that is concerned? I mean,
Exactly.
we have Thomas Dodd, we have
Ordained Richards.
we have Dacos, we have Ordained
Ordained
Richards. So
Richards.
are you saying that?
Who are medals?
Are you saying that they need
No,
You
consistent?
need a Usain Bolt effect. They need a Usain Bolt effect.
You see, like how in the sprinting and the 100, we can see, all right, then we know we are going to get a medal, we are going to get a goal, at least 2-3 goals in the sprints for sure. I saw it have to be sure.
But you look at these throws, and let me not just talk about the throws, but the field events on our own, because I am one of them that's passionate about the field events. You look at, let us talk about the National Stadium. The jumping pit and the throwing circle is contrary to the win. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
You have a world-class triple jumper now in the young Jaden Hibbert, 18-year-old prodigy, I call him.
Jump one jump.
She's coming to Jamaica to jump one jump. Now you have Frederick. We've take out the pit outside. You have a 2.4 tailwind for the sprinters. A thrower is going to be throwing against that. That for me is just a lack of respect. Nobody builds their long jump pit in an opposite direction to their sprinting track. Nobody does that.
I said that as a thrower years ago. When me travel around the world, I'm see the pit set up. For one, ask yourself, when last that runway and the pit even changed? That chevron.
True.
There be a
Never take notice, but that's true though. They changed the track and didn't change the runway.
And didn't change the strip.
The strip.
There should be a good. Then you see, I tell me, said nobody can invest. Bring some people overseas. Put a discus ring and a hammer ring at the opposite end or other direction, or I don't know, man.
And I think they have the competition to do it. You have boys champ to trial and error. And if you change it from the grassroots, I would love to see throws in champs. People would love to see throws.
It happens, you know. It's just that it is not. It happens. It's just that
it's not. The competition against Roger Stoner, I think it was Roger and Chad, not Chad, Kai. That was something people wanted to see. When Travis and Chad were fighting at Calabar in Class 1, that was something we wanted to see. Like, who was going to win it? You know, the character champion versus the world youth bronze medalist. That was the competition. People like seeing that. We have seen even, let us call it the female throwers into hands. Last year, we had 4 women qualify in the throws.
I saw that too. Listen, may I tell you the truth? I don't watch all events in a track and field. But when it comes to throws, I'm a know that Jamaica have a throw in that event.
You're watching it.
I put things on pause because I'm cheering. Because I know how it is firsthand. That support, that one extra, me not really just DM people. And when me see them young throwers that do well and qualify for a meet, or even that girl Erica who just win that silver medal, remember the first Jamaica silver medal in history at the CSE Games.
Yes.
Till me even go win gold at the CSE Games.
True, I remember that.
I'm going to find her name, DM her, and may I tell her, you may not know me. Congratulations. Keep
when me she don't know you. She might not meet you in person.
Every show in Jamaica know that. Like,
once you're in Japan, you must know the name. You must know the name. Before we continue, viewers, Dave said, question though, how many former athletes have put themselves forward to J3? This question was when we were speaking about what we would want from J3. So
but to come on this program, Dads and Gregory have made themselves available.
Okay.
Gregory a fight to even allow him to speak.
Exactly.
Also,
so Dad's a fight for even teach youngsters a throw.
I've been coaching for years, and something need to change with the same coaches got to meet them every time. Change up the thing now, man.
I like this comment, Dad. It says in Eugene, which was last year, Jamaica had 11 athletes going in field events. The women's triple jump alone had 3, which is true. we saw, had it not been for the injury to Frederick last year, we would have had 3 in the men and with the men as well. And we also had Danielle and another female making it. No, me, all right, everybody I try be nice. Me, I go not be nice. Dads, you have been in this thing long enough. You don't think it's about time we run out them people out of J3?
It's about time, but anybody
who are willing to step up to take
anybody who say what me and you just said, them are gonna get blackballed. Them now gonna get invited to the dinners and the parties and get free tickets and free flights.
But do you disagree? Because we've seen the athletes know this. Let us not act like they don't. You as an athlete and others who have been in the system. No, we're not leaving out Minister Grange, but that's a diff.
The person we're leaving her out, but she has been minister for years. By now, she should have made an impact. So
right.
That she's not making an impact. Lawyer, we know this for true. We've been speaking about it because it cannot just be that J3 alone need to make it happen. The minister, the ministry,
the JOA, it's like even the big corporations in Jamaica who sponsor certain events or certain track meets, they can make a change too.
No, guess what? I've learned this in corporate. Is who you drink wine with. And it's going to stay in that circle. And that's just the honest truth. If you look around the table, the JOA is an old man. J3 is an old man. The corporation that sponsor J3.
All of them.
All of them are old man. Then shoot bird together, then go bird bush together, then go on a yacht together, then drink on Sunday evening time, and then sit down up in the box and talk.
Let me say this. I've had a great conversation with the president of the JOA, and he have a good vision. And I'm going to leave that, and I support his vision. Let me repeat that.
All right, being that you go there, I'm going to ask the question. Why then is there still a battle shift? Why is then there still a battle struggle between the JOA and the J3?
One on the other. Well,
one of the money.
One of the money.
One of the money.
And the fame.
One tell the other. J3 want tell how JOA if you spend the money.
Zavian.
Thank you very much.
But that's how it go.
That's your question.
With what they might try to tell you if you do.
Then we just see and summarize it again.
Them J3A run JOA.
No, what? No, that's not the question.
Why they're still struggling to compromise?
Why is there a battle struggle? Why is there a battle problem? Why are a power struggle between the JOA and the J3? I asked that question based on what you said, that JOA has a vision, right? And you like the vision that JOA has.
And that I have with the president, I'm with his vision. It's a good vision. It's the best vision of here as a leader coming out of athletic association or federation in a long time.
So why is it that vision is not brought to the front then?
Because it's not politics time yet.
I believe him I work on some things. I'm a fan and I believe him I work on some things. It's the best I've heard.
You can't go against that, you know. If a man try the best him here, you can't really go against that.
No. I'm just asking the question. I'm asking the question because at times a team would be made up, and then I think it was year before last year when the team was made up, you're hearing that it has to cut down because they're saying this or they're saying that, and that was coming from JOAYJ. So that's what
because them friend them not gonna get to go up on the plane, you know, get it.
No, me knowing this or understanding this, it still has to be brought out to the viewers so that they can kind of come to the same understanding. So I'm just asking because he brought it up.
Yeah. I'm just hoping for things to change positively real quickly.
So do you agree with this comment that says that as a country, we do not treat track and field like a business? No planning, no marketing, the vision to develop the sport and infrastructure, etc. is lacking. But you're saying that the vision that you have heard from the JOA president is sound. It's just for it to come forth.
Yeah, you just need to come in fruition. I believe in due time because I really, it's the best I've heard in probably all my career and retirement. I'm not going to share it with owners yet, but if it not happen, it would be a shock to me to hear how solid it has sound. And I just believe it's a matter of time. I really believe his heart is in a good place, but it's only a matter of time when he probably set up certain things. But me, I'm going about 10 more minutes still. So,
nothing.
Some more questions from the audience or from yourself personally.
My question to you, Dad, is very, very simple. I know you probably don't follow as much of a lot of the field event, not the free events, the sprint event. But I'm going to talk about the throws. Name your 3 that go in the national team.
I'm a big fan of Stoner.
Oh, Roger.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
In what, the shot or the discus? By the way, we marked down these,
No, I'm a list, man.
I'm a fan of Travis. I've always been a fan of Travis because, I at one point, I think I took Travis under my wing and showed
We saw that.
Things. I'm also a Banjay fan. And
everybody is a Banjay fan. If you ain't a Banjay fan, you ain't a field fan.
Way and a means to make it happen. So, I like Chadto and I like the rest of the young throwers, them who do them thing. Because Jamaica throwers, it's always going to be one who pop up something big every year and surprise everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, top 3 is Stoner, Banjay, and Travis.
No order, no particular order.
No particular order because it's just who shows up at that given day.
Yeah, I just believe that 3 is being set, and I've been looking at their distance, and I would say Stoner. I like Stoner a lot. Travis has been really, really solid this year. I've been always cheering for him. So
Stoner going to break up the Calabar grouping because I have Kai Chan coming third.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Stoner actually throw one of the longest distance ever thrown in Jamaica.
Okay.
Interesting.
I
would say as it relates to that it is possible, especially that we know that Banjay is, kind of just recovering from his injury and stuff. So it is possible because at Racers Grand Prix, you could see that he was slightly struggling still, but he got his throw in. So a breakup has to happen.
Even injured, he throws a good throw at the National Stadium. He always finds one.
Count him out. He's one of those athletes going to, do what he have to do to make sure he's on that team.
Do you believe Stoner can make the double though?
Yes.
Okay.
When I say I'm a big fan of Stoner, me even write him, me even DM him and send him a message and say, look, I'm a fan, do your thing. He might have a reply, which is all good. One day you must see it. But
it probably take 2 months like you.
Yeah, I tell him I'm a fan, do your thing, keep your head up and keep pushing.
Dads, I know you have about 5 minutes left. But I will say this.
Yeah, we have about 8.
About 8. All right, there you go. For those who are listening, type your questions. That's how you look through what I would like to ask that. My simple question is this, and it's probably my last question to you for the night. Which athletes that are now retired would you, Jason Dadsmorgan, saying right here on Track and Feeling, which 3 athletes, and exclude yourself, because we think we all would put you there, so exclude yourself. Which 3 outside of you would you want to see on the board running the J3?
Gregory Orton.
He doesn't want it.
He doesn't want it.
Loud and clear.
Disclaimer.
He said he doesn't want to be a part of it. Next.
That's how I'm calling him from. But he needs there though.
All right, cool.
I've had Veronica Campbell.
Oh.
big fan of Veronica. Veronica is my heroine.
I
Never
get you.
a big team from a young age, character days, but Veronica is a great person, great person.
Somebody say you can't leave out Brandon Lloyd that used that 10.
For the throws, for the Brandon Lloyd from CC. He went to CC a couple years ago. He's another one.
Also, a lot of people don't know about this person, but Claston Bernard.
Oh, the Catholic Claston Bernard.
The Catholic,
yes, man.
great man.
He was the man with Maurice for a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Actually, he was a better one to Maurice for years.
Can I ask a question though?
And I would say Zavian Clarke is a great individual that can change some things and not being biased, being fair. All of those athletes who I just named, I believe, will turn things around in the J3.
I think Zavian has been getting a lot of respect outside of Jamaica because in his coaching thing, you know, him and his wife coaches the world record holder.
That's the man you all need. I was going to say Lassina, but Lassina busy to do our thing. But interview Zavian.
Yeah, man. We're going to get. We are definitely trying to get Zavian. Oh, somebody right, Karen Stewart.
So outside of Veronica Campbell-Brown, I was about to ask the question. Outside of Veronica Campbell-Brown, give me 2 female athletes, whether it be present or past, that you would add to it.
Shelly.
You know, the Shelly have a job at World Athletics are coming up. Yeah.
All right, so Shelly is one.
I not even know your question. I asked a question. But
I'm saying you name Veronica Campbell-Brown to that list. So I'm saying name me 2 or 3 other females.
Shelly definitely need to be on it when she retire.
Any other one?
No, for me, it's just Shelly.
Wow.
Is there any junior athlete outside of the throws that you have seen that have impressed you, that you think their future is looking bright where they're at now, and you think for them they would make great contribution to the national side?
I like the Tina girl, the twin.
The twins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I believe this year may not be her year, but comes next year and time to come, when she really get used to that professional lifestyle, she's gonna be someone special.
Interesting.
I want to ask you a question. I know I said my last question before.
Yeah, but last question, you know.
This definitely is my last question. We have seen lately that a lot of juniors have been doing well at their pet event, like the Alana Reeds, but we see that there's a switch happening where a lot of juniors are excelling at other events. We see the throws, the jumps, Jaden Hibbert, as we call one, as a prodigy. We have youngsters like the Wayne Pinnox, who was a great hurdler, but decided that he wanted long jump. Well, I don't understand if we go back to hurdling. But we have so many athletes who are diversifying track and field in Jamaica. Right? What is your take on that? Knowing that everybody, you remember you said you started out running, sprinting, knowing that people are following that footstep of saying, listen, we can go other places. Talk to me about that then.
Jamaica just need to create the environment where we are going to be open to every event, from putting on more marathons and long distance events, because track meets in Jamaica tends to neglect field events, because then we have track meet and don't even have no throws. I don't understand that. Or them just say it's only discus or it's only shot put going to be at this event. If it's track and field, make it track and field. Anybody look at me and be like, yo, you did really good in a track. I was like, yo, me not do track. We do feel.
All right, my question is, and my I'm putting it together, a survey. So everybody come on the program. I tend to ask, education over pro.
Depends on the situation. I think it depends on the situation, because everybody's situation is not the same. Because you can see a 25 cents on the ground when you leave work and go home and you walk past it. And me who never seen 25 cents, you think me gonna take it up?
Mm.
You think me I take up that 25 cents and me I walk past it and see only 25 cents there?
Yeah, take it up, man.
Me I gonna take it up. So it depends on your situation. I'm big on education, but it depends on your situation. Now, if in the contract willing to pay for your school or you have some extra money and you negotiate and say, look, I still want to go college, I still want to go school. Can you pay for my school? Or you put some money to the side and do some online class whenever you can, or you already make it known that I'm going to get the best as I can, help my family, and then me sort out school. Or it depends on the amount of money that you're getting. So it depends on the situation.
Yeah, but can a 16-year-old, you made the national team at
No,
17.
I don't even why you feel. I don't why you feel like I said no.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's Mr. right there.
Because my take is,
because 16, your brain don't even develop as yet.
So I'm gonna Jermaine, how old is Jaden Ebert?
18. Just turned 18 this year. 18 this year.
I think he can go pro.
Well, so I was gonna ask the question because he has just signed with Puma.
No, it's not pro. It's
but
not
it's
pro.
not pro though. But
it's not pro. It's a nil.
Yeah.
It's nil. And
I'm sure whatever it is, I will still pay for him school and put some money in pocket.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't affect him scholarships. It's straight his money.
Oh,
his scholarship is still there. The NCAA allow you to collect money now.
Quick to leave college anymore, really. They're getting the best they can as much as they can.
I personally believe that you have some athletes who are exceptional, that once they have the right management. No, I'm saying, I believe, based on the same thing that we're talking, that there are some athletes that are exceptional. For me, like a Jaden Hibbert, this man is number 2 in the world at 18 years old.
He can go pro. If I was in his corner, I would support him and push him to go professional, because you have to look on it. It depends on what is offering to you. Now, if you get some chump change just to say, okay, I'm going to pay my bill for a year and I'm set and I'm okay, for a year, you need to stay in a school. But if you look at the long term and your money stretch out for that 4 or 5 years, do your thing.
So, last question.
Right,
last question based on that. Give me a reasonable figure that you just said if you were in Jaden's corner, you would have encouraged him to go pro.
By the way, that juniors watch this show, Junior athletes watch this show. I'm just saying.
Give me a reasonable figure based on what you just said that you would have been satisfied for Jaden to take, if it is that you were in his corner, as you said, that you think would basically be able to help him, or better yet, give me a visual view of a contract that you would allow him to accept.
For me, someone in me being in their corner, if you get less than 250 to 300,000 a year,
stay at school.
Stay at school.
For one, you can't really pinpoint a job that's going to give you 250 a year.
But that's question though. Like, you're taking up a college, you take up a college scholarship. And when I put a dollar value to a college scholarship, you're looking at roughly maybe a 150 a year to live in the US. That's what has been offered, So technically you're making that, that your parents couldn't afford.
Yeah.
That for you, So you're going above that,
I believe 150 a year, 200. I believe you're way above average.
People might not see the college as a payment, but it's a payment. Your family couldn't afford it to send you to the LSU and find boarding, plane fare and everything. Right. When you put a dollar value to it,
you get in 150. That is a set, because you have some doctors. Some doctors now make 150.
I can share what a salary is in the US. when you make over 50,000 and say you're in a good job, you have to make 6 figure, and you now get only for 6 figure that job easily. You get 50 to 70,000 a year, and you have to go to work 8 to 5, and you work all year round, snow falls, sun hot, rain fall. You have all season.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, by the way, Zavian is located overseas.
The place where you live and the cost of living and all of that good stuff.
I mean, my personal take is that if you're getting anything over $150,000 in a contract, which this is above school, take it and go. But make sure you go back to school.
I believe that's a good setup for you because you're not guarantee when you go to school you're going to be that year. So come here at 18, 19, you put some things in place. I believe it's a good deal.
And my last...
No 16-year-old.
No 16-year-old.
No 16 or 17-year-old.
No 16, no 17. Go on to school.
True.
Because for one, at 16 years old, you probably can ever cook 5 different meals with 5 different tastes.
And the people them say that.
Much less you go manage $150,000.
Good night, Sister Audrey. I want to say to you.
Before I go, I'm fund up on 10%.
Right, I want to say thank you so much for being here with us here on Track and Feelings, where we talk about track with our feelings and understanding the world of track, and not just track as in the run part of track, but track in its holistic aspect of things. We really appreciate you sharing your story. You didn't want to cry, but we had persons here crying for you because you opened up about your story, about your time representing your green and black, but also representing the black, green, and gold. For us, we really appreciate that. We thank you for what it is that you have done for the sport in the throws, for being a pioneer towards the throws aspect of Jamaica track and field in that aspect. And therefore, we continue to exalt you. We continue to lift you up and to, just allow you to be you, and we appreciate it. We just want to give you your flowers while you are here, and we are able to do that. So we here really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much for being here with us, and I hope you also enjoyed being here with us.
Thank you. Definitely enjoy it. And I must say, I tell Jermaine earlier today, I wasn't even going to do this interview. But for real. But hey, thank God I did it. I go find some excuse. They say, boy, I'm not get to do this happening, that happening. But I really follow the spirit. And, this is actually one of my best interviews that I hear.
But I must say, as I tell you before, I never know nothing about shows. And I had to go do my research. The story is not about track and field only. It's about perseverance. It's a life story that anybody could have listened to and relate to. So it not necessarily because it's track and field, but persons can come on and you touch on every little thing. You touch on the mental health. The part that reached out to me is that the throwers are the big boys in the sports. And for you to break down and allow the world to see that side of you and let people understand that it's okay to cry and okay to share how you feel. I can tell you, if you never share how you feel a day, you'd have still try to figure out a contract.
Right.
So people listen, and people do listen, and I appreciate the time out. I appreciate it. I only saw you as a Calabar show, as I take points. But then I appreciate the story, and it's something that will stay with me for a little longer, and something I can share. We save our videos, so any day I need to show somebody that this is a real life story, I know where to find one to pull out and actually show it.
Thank you. And I want to be able to share this interview too, because as I say, it gives me the platform to talk things as how it is and, share with a lot of people. And I want to keep on encouraging and, just be able to connect with someone out there somewhere.
Trust me, this video is not going anywhere. It is on YouTube on our page.
We will definitely let you have it.
So we'll
definitely
let you
have it But in fact, you'll have it as soon as we end this live. Jermaine will just send me the email address and I'll send it over to you so that you'll have it. See, other persons are saying that your story was
Trust
needed
me.
to be
You
heard.
have. I don't think you know what you did tonight, Dad. Like,
It was also, someone said, also was a teaching moment. So we really, really, really appreciate you not finding the excuse, devil, you're a liar. And we thank the Lord that he prevailed in the midst of all of this. And therefore, the story was heard and it was happened. And we really appreciate it. So thank you so much. We will definitely be in touch.
why that just got the whole of time.
Bless up.
On enlightening people, keep on sharing stories and connect with people from all over, because again, it's not just me, but it's what you're doing, a reflection of me and shining around. Really, really good job, all y'all do. I definitely enjoy y'all questions. It's a good look. It's really a good. You always cheer for this program and say, up in our feelings.
Up in our feelings. I like that. Yes, I like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, lads. We really appreciate it.
All right, back here, them can link my all platforms. Me I gotta have something positive to tell you. Me I gotta have something positive to share with you. Me write my own quotes. I'm sure there is something you can hear. Is
that correct? That I wrote? Jason, that's the platforms.
Them. Everything where you see under my captions, that's all me from the meditation of the Most High. Because God is my everything, every day, all the time.
Amen.
Me I tell everybody, believe in yourself, no matter what, no matter who support you, no matter who believe in you, as long as you believe in yourself, everything and anything is possible.
Blessings, lads.
Blessings.
Thank you.
We've done an hour and a half, so that's all your time.
So, guys, we thank you so much for being here. Earlier, I had shared that we got a silver medal in the CAC Games, or first ever in the hammer throw. However, it seems as if the time that she made in the hammer doesn't qualify her, but I'm still confirming.
No, man, what you show?
It can also be ranking, It may not just be your.
What you show? What was it show?
It was 70 something.
So she have the national. I think she have the national record then.
Yeah.
She have the national record.
It's hammer.
No, the hammer. I think she have the national record too.
But we will confirm that. We will confirm that, and definitely once that is so, we're going to put it. I'm going to post it anyways, but I just want to be sure in what we're saying. But one thing I'm sure about, we got the silver medal, our first medal ever in that event, and also our first medal ever at the CAC game in that event. So that is good. So big up to her and stuff. You heard me said earlier that Jumper Boy. Sorry, my things and stuff run out of my head.
Mr. Hibbert. Mr. Hibbert has signed a contract with Puma. What is called? The like.
Right.
The like story.
Right.
So
I
guess it's a marketing strategy from Puma. It's a really good timing because wherever the camera goes, you'll be in Puma gears, and the more likes you get, the more pay you'll get.
And I think he's the young, exciting guy that everybody's looking at.
Everybody's looking for him. The world is looking at him.
Exactly.
So it's really a good deal. Off season from NCAA will make him some money. It doesn't affect his scholarship any at all.
Nor his eligibility.
So it's a smart way to go pro.
True. Definitely. I know persons may have wanted us to speak about the
list.
Highly possible that we would be here tomorrow. Maybe you may not see all four. I mean, we didn't see all four admins tonight, but more likely, once we're going live, you can see 2 or 3 away. So yeah, maybe get to see who like Kino and may get to see Kino tomorrow. We need to talk about the list. Notable things missing from that list is that we didn't see Nathan Allen being a part of that list. Omar McLeod isn't a part of that list. So I mean, things is happening. But
yes, I voted for.
Definitely my 4 or 5
times every day.
My 4-5 email 5 times every day was booming, you know what I mean? Booming. And I actually voted for Julian Alfred also. I mean, Caribbean girl, she deserves it. So a lot of things is happening. Trial starts on Thursday. Yeah, we're gonna try to do pre-trials preview tomorrow, because on Wednesday I will be on our fellow, track analyst or track program with HP Chat. Oh, glory. With HP Track Chat. My apologies. So I'll be on that show on Wednesday. Sorry, on Facebook, YouTube. HP is a matter of foolishness, right? But I definitely, as soon as she send me that poster, I'll be posting it over here so that we can get to view and maybe, communicate and say our little 2 cents also. We keep it together. We are here to build each other and stuff. So definitely we'll be having a preview for this, because a lot of things is happening. We see Sherika Jackson down to the double.
KD down to the double.
We both partners are there.
KD down to the double.
Down for the double.
Brianna this time running as a junior.
A matter of fact, repeat.
Brianna this time
Junior.
Brianna this time is running for the under 20.
Step up to the senior level.
One notable thing is that I must say my baby boy is down to run the hundreds now. DeAndre Daly, Mr. Adrenaline Rush, is down to run the 100. Also, I saw that Mr. Dr. Speed, Buwaji himself, is down for that 100. So definitely we see things gonna be happening. Yes, Can, my baby boy is down for it. I must say that I saw I cannot call her by that name. 800 meter girl that
Latoya.
I said. No, not Latoya. 800 meter originally that I said going to GC with DeAndre. The Homewood girl.
Homewood girl.
Oh, Ricky Ann
is down for the 400. Thank you so much, because if you ever know me, like I call Ricky, right?
Really, that is my God, man. Right.
Ricky is down for the 400. I see Mr. Clarke is down also. So therefore, these are the names that we were talking about as
this man really have a flip phone?
Yes.
Like, really? Don't tell me say that flip phone.
Some of these persons that we have been talking about, that we would want to see, if it's not possible for them to make the flat race that they're doing, but to be there so that they're able to be a part of the relays.
There are 2 women who are doubling, Cheyenne and Genevieve.
Yes.
They are doubling the 400.
There's also a newbie to the 100 meter, Lana Tavia Thomas.
Yeah.
So listen me. Yes, Ali. Yes, Ali. Yes, Ali. Dr. Speed. Zavian, you're muted. Dr. Speed is down to run with the big boys.
Miss Thomas Caesar best is 11:05, and person been asking. She has not represented the US. She's a Jamaican.
Right. There are about 5 of them.
Yeah, she's a Jamaican. She's right behind KD.
So definitely, people, trials is going to be
very.
Everything needs to be watched at this moment. We know we all have our.
By the way, guys, can I speak about that showdown in the men's long jump? Tajay, Wayne, and Kerry. That showdown.
Tajay coming third.
I have him for third as well, but that showdown is something to watch. And also, Akila Smith, Shanika Ricketts, and Kimberly Williams in the women's triple jump is also going to be another one to look forward to. The field events them hot,
So we are reach out today.
Zavian, Marlon say must go near the Wi-Fi box. Your feed look like something from VCR.
in my basement.
Vintage.
Oh Jesus, you just spoke about something. Guys, I noticed though that there is no 5,000 for women. So I'm thinking that they're just gonna make Pratt go.
She's running the 1500.
No, she's running the 15, but I mean, we know that she's running the 15, but I was looking for her to run the 5,000. I guess because nobody else may have entered. This is my thing. I think maybe because nobody else entered that with her, why we're not seeing her one. I actually like seeing her one, I must say. This pretty girl, pretty.
Yep, with the brownie.
Brown skin girl. Sorry. You know, so yeah. Trials are festive, bad, right? Ali, very festive. And some Dalios are gonna mash up. I mean, we have been saying it from last year that 2023 is going to be a make and break year. Persons are going to cry, persons are going to be disappointed. However, everybody has to come with their A game. Everybody. We see that a lot of persons were looking for Shelley and Fraser Price. Sorry, my apologies. Dr. Shelley and Fraser Price. I love to put it right there, you know what I mean? Dr. Shelley and Fraser Price did not enter the 100 meters, but she will be running in the 200 meters. How will she chime off in that? We wait to see in terms of will she be complete?
Can I ask a question?
One second before you ask the question.
No.
One second.
No.
Will she be
She said
chiming
she will
for the
never run the
complete
next 200
round?
meters. Is she going against her word?
No,
Yeah,
but
she does that every year.
No, it's
She does that every year.
but also it's not a matter that she will never run on next 200 meter. What we don't know if it is that she will be contesting the 200 meter.
She's doing it for fitness, by the way, Zavian. We don't know exactly
So you don't know.
We don't know what outcome.
And then I must say, my favorite. So Noah, give me a second, please. So my favorite will be doubling. Yes, comes what may. Whatever she gives, it will. I'm sure it will be her best, and therefore, whatever comes when that happens, I will take it and then move on from there. So we will be seeing some great showdowns happening, and some surprises will definitely be happening. You know, Stephen Francis says that he has a dark. You know, drop it down there. Stephen Francis says he has a dark horse in that 100 meter hurdles for women. That is going to be a showdown. I must say.
Fix. What's her name?
Am I?
No, my girlfriend.
How much girlfriend you have, sir?
Let me know.
The one that leave the 400 hurdles to on 110. Isn't she still there with him?
No, she's not. She's not even entered, sir.
Oh, she's not. Melanie Walker.
By the way, guys, Khalees Spencer will be running.
That's not her name.
Khalees
Carter will be running the 400
She gave
flat.
up the Spencer name because she couldn't win with the Spencer on it.
She can't win with the Carter, you know.
Khalees Carter will be running the 400 flat. Ali says, don't bother for the favorite and not on the plane. Ali, I guess because I said my favorite will be Dublin. I won't cry. As I said earlier, whatever she gives to me there, I know it will be her best based on what is happening for her.
Sorry, I'm back. Broad like my forehead.
My favorite is Katie, and I'm done.
If she don't get to make it on the plane, it is just what it is at that point. However,
my favorite will be on the plane.
I have faith that God will take her through and brought her so far. I'm not gonna leave her. That's my word. So great things are gonna happen. I mean, at us today Tuesday, tomorrow Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 days to go, and we will see the start of the trials on Thursday. The schedule has been posted. I am just waiting for the lineup in terms of who goes against who.
You're not getting that till Wednesday evening.
No. Hopefully that will be available. As soon as it becomes available, definitely Track and Feelings will be lighting up with it. Not ask Christ. Anyways. Of course, Mama, I'm just say God brought her so far, I'm not gonna leave her now. She said it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I hope she makes a team. However, if she doesn't, I'm still with her. I'm not gonna drop off my boat because of that. Anyway, guys, it was great being here with you all tonight. So thank you so much for joining us. Definitely look out for the live if it is that we are going to be doing one tomorrow. Look out for it, and please ensure come early to class. You know, the bell ring once the bell ring. Right. Remember to follow us on our socials. That is here on Facebook at Track and Feelings, and also on YouTube at Track and Feelings. You know what I mean? Exactly. Trials is ready and up to go. So thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to you all wherever you are joining us from. We are happy that you are able to join us wherever you be listening to us when you are able to listen to this. We thank you so much for joining us here at Track and Feelings, where we speak about track with our feelings. Good night, be safe, be great, and continue to trust God. We love you all. Bye-bye, everybody.
Adios.